No Money Spent, episode 26. Today, I'm taking you guys through the process of building a 40 Packers team and a 20 Commanders theme team. And the Commanders, shout out to them. They won another playoff game, one game from the bowl. If Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts not 100%, there's a chance the Commanders make the Super Bowl. If this happens, this theme team stock shoots up like crazy. If you guys don't know, the Super Bowl, both teams in the Super Bowl, the last 2 to 3 years, I would say, they were the top 2 theme teams in the game after that promo is done, and that's going to be the week before the Super Bowl. There's going to be the Super Bowl promo during the Pro Bowl week. That's going to be past players, but then, of course, there is going to be the 2 teams that are playing getting maybe 3 upgrades, which is like champion upgrades, which is obviously huge, and I think maybe even like an LTD or something like that. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy bump for a theme team if the team makes a Super Bowl. It has been the last couple of years. I'm hoping for that, and it is possible. Definitely possible. Only 1 game away. They're balling right now. Just beat the 1 seed Lions, the favorites. So it's possible, man. It really is. But I'm still going to go with Packers for this reason. We have a bunch of Packers players from Zero Chill, and they're slowly going to phase out, right? It's just how the game works, how it is. So, yeah, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, they're phasing out slowly. Tavon Austin, we're still using him. We head over to defense. We still have Julius Peppers, Jimmy Graham, even Charles Woodson. Would be nice to kind of get that bump for it. Even Ted Hendricks, even though he's not our user anymore, he's still that guy on the edge of our, if we're running 6-1, whatever the case is, that drops into coverage. So, yeah, Packers, I think, is still the move. And with the Commanders, they're getting playoff upgrades right now. My prediction is that the Commanders will get a cornerback. I believe it'll be that Sandstro, number 0, the corner on the Commanders. He had 2 interceptions in the game on Saturday. So I think he will get that full champion upgrade. Hopefully not an LTD. Maybe it will be. I don't know. But that's kind of where we are right now. So we're going to be building out the Packers team. Of course, if you guys are new to the series, new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on that road to 50,000 subscribers. And the like goal today, you guys got 95 in the last one. Let's go with 80. We'll go with 80 likes today for the like goal. Again, always thank you guys for the support on the series and on the channel. But without further ado, let's get building. So whenever I'm reconstructing a theme team like this, the first step I like to do is get rid of cards that don't add any chemistry or cards that we don't need. So, David Njoku is now one of those. So we're going to go remove him from the lineup. We do not need him at all. If that did not work at all, remove from the lineup. Thank you. Anyone else down here that doesn't give us chemistry? I think we do need another, like a fullback would be nice. Maybe we go get, isn't there a Mike Tolbert team captain that maybe we could put the upgrade on and have him at backup? We have a commander, some Packer guys there, and we're at 23 Packers, 22 Commanders. People were saying that they built this team out and they had like room still, like 4 cheats or whatever. So hopefully that'll happen for us. But I think we're pretty much full. Like the team's built pretty well. Like no, this card we don't need anymore. We should have 2 playoff cards now. Yeah, so go ahead and remove Arthur Mollett. We don't need him anymore. Thank you for your service, which was just there for objectives. Lawrence Taylor, do not use his card whatsoever, but he's still on our team, so we got to remove him too. Anyone else up here that we don't use and still, we had double Commanders. Yeah, we should be. I guess like Lamar is kind of on the chopping block, to be honest. Maybe like if we do get that Mike Sandstro card or another corner for the Packers or Commanders that we like, we can move Paul Krause up here to strong safety. Maybe that'll be the move. But the problem is he won't give chem. He will receive the chemistry, receive the +2 or the +1 boost, but won't give any chemistry, which could be a problem for our team. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build the team out over. Do we have kicker punter? We should. Both Packers as well. So this is going to be pretty tight, I think. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, is this possible? But I think with enough 2x, 3x guys, it should be possible. So I'm going to put it over on the mud.gg and we will figure it all out over there. Okay, so this video is kind of going to be like a tutorial. If you guys aren't aware of mud.gg, this is my process as far as building a new team or revamping my theme team. And it might not be as helpful or as quick for me because my team isn't the best cards at every position for my theme team. But this is still usually my process. And if you don't know what mud.gg is, it's a great way to look at how much a card costs, their full stats in a much easier spot, and really just see every card in the game that you can use, even team chems. It's just very helpful. And can we please talk about how the Jets got a playoff card? It's been 14 years. I was 9 or 10 years old the last time. 9 or 10 years old last time the Jets made the playoffs. It was back-to-back AFC championships with Mark Sanchez. Thought that man was the future, but clearly he was not. But it's good to see a Jets playoff card. Didn't think I'd see that this year. Maybe if you asked me in August, I would have said yeah, but about halfway through, I would have told you there's not a fucking chance. Okay, that's what I would have told you. But let's get started. So this is what I like to do first. I go to theme teams. I click hybrid theme team. And we go Commanders and Packers. Again, for me, this won't be as helpful because my team isn't. I don't really have any of these cards on my team, right? And even on this screen, you're able to kind of, like your depth chart does go a little bit deeper. And maybe you didn't know, hey, Zadarius Smith played for the Packers and he had an upgrade. I had no idea. So it's good to know things like that. This card's actually probably really good too. Zadarius Smith cards always are crazy. I wasn't even really aware that this card came out, and I forgot he played for the Packers. This is pretty helpful for me right now. But, for me, if you see my lineup compared to this, like, I don't have a lot of these guys. At wide receiver, I have none of. All I have is Luke McCaffrey. Right now we got Christian Watson, Jaden Reed. You know what I mean? So, for me, it's not as helpful, but I do like going here. And of course, you can edit in here as well. Like for my team, for example, I have Cole Kmet at center. So I like filling in Cole Kmet. You can edit the team however you want. I do have Elton Jenkins there. I have Cornelius Lucas. So there's two guys that will definitely stay. And we got to just figure out our backups. But the only problem is here, you can't see, even on this screen, I don't want to go back so I don't want to lose Cole Kmet, but you can't see your team builder. So the way I do it is this. I don't know how to pull up this screen in any other way besides doing it this way. So I go to database, open a new tab. We got Sam Cosmi, who I think I hurt the other game. But Commanders, we're going to go ahead and click it right here on this tab, and it'll pull up your multi-chemistry players. And it'll show you all the team builders and team diamonds that you need to add to your team to build this 20 out of 40, which is really helpful. It just kind of speeds it up a little bit. So we know here we're also going to pull up a Packers one. Is there any damn Packers on this team? I do know that Donald Driver is one, but Donald Driver, the 95 is a little too rich for us. We're definitely not going to, 3X is nice though. We click Packers here, all the multi-chem players, and you see it's Donald Driver, Kenny Clark. Why I say his name like that? Zach Tom, Eric Stokes, and Josh Myers, all cards we're gonna have to add today, as well as I think two team captains fully upgrade. We also do need two, so we still have quite a road ahead of us. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna edit through the team and make the team you see on mud.gg look just like my team does on Madden right now, and then we'll edit it, figure it out, and do what we got to do as far as adding team builders and maybe working around some conflicts that we might run into. Hopefully there's no problems, but hopefully this goes smoothly. But usually there are some problems when it comes to building teams in this game, but that's the fun of it. I think team building is one of my favorite things about this game. And I think them kind of hurting theme teams at the beginning of the year kind of took away some of the fun for me at the beginning. Because there was only +1 speed. It just didn't hit the same. But I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to go ahead and build this team out. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys the edit tab so your chems line up the right way. Obviously, I'll go back through this and make sure it lines up with what I have in the game. But, Tavon Austin, I'm my starting running back. But Tavon Austin, primarily, of course, Ram Chem. So, see Tavon Austin there. And the edit tab is very helpful because you're able to edit chemistries, which right here, we're going to go ahead and click off of this and give him Packers chems, which, is pretty helpful. And you can even, if you want to see him fully upgraded, you can, of course, do that, too, as a 93 overall. So, the edit tab, I'll be using that a lot as well today when it comes to kind of putting all the chemistries together. And I'm just kind of getting rid of all the cards that I don't use. I mean, maybe I don't really need I guess maybe that Burton upgrade could be helpful for us. He's a pretty big bump, but 14,000 coins. Maybe we'll get him. We have 1.3 million and we got to spend it. Okay. Maybe we'll go ahead and get that Michael Burton. We definitely do got to get this fullback combo if we don't go Mike Tolbert. Okay. So we run into our first problem. I already have this card on my team. So maybe he's been doing good, but our first problem is that we are most likely going to have to use an 87, 86 overall lineman. We can decide who that will be, but the conflict or the whatever the word is, I don't know. But the problem is that we have two right tackle team builders, and we have to use them both. We have to get the chemistry from both of them. There are ways around this if you do if you want to go specialist and you could, or not specialist, is it special teams? And you can put your put a good right tackle at long snapper, then someone in the game. But I don't think it's that. I mean, it'll make a difference. Don't get me wrong. I would obviously like to have the full Andrew Wiley, and sometimes I do wish that for example, if I guess it's not really an example, but Andrew Wiley's playoff upgrade, I wish he got 2x chems the way the team builder did, so I wouldn't lose that chemistry. I think that's something that EA should start doing. But I think they did it once, maybe, but they haven't done it for a while. So some cards, if they had 32 team chems, they would keep that the whole year, no matter what upgrade it was. Maybe that was when there was power-ups. I don't really remember, but this is our first problem, and I guess we're going to have to go through it. Again, there are ways around it, but it is what it is. Okay, the team build's going all right. I discovered that Zach Tom and Wiley both do get left tackle secondary, so we can technically get a better right tackle. We can technically. The only problem is that the best tackle here would be Andrew Wiley for us, and yeah, Wiley is we got to use his team captain, so we're kind of in a tough spot. And does Josh Myers get any secondaries? He does not, and does Biaz, however you say this dude's name. Oh, he has right guard and left guard. Actually big for us. I thought we were not going to be able to use Cole Kmet, but it looks like we're going to be able to still. I think we should have room for this. So he's going to be out of position. And of course, right here we go to chemistry. We know that he does get those secondaries according to the website. So we just go ahead and check that on. And this should be 2x chems, right? It should be 2x. I believe he's 2x chems. And then Myers is he should be on 2x as well. So did it change this one? It did not. So we should be okay. We should be good. And we do have a problem on defense because there are 3 team builder corners for these two teams. Mike Sanders still, Eric Stokes, and St. Juice. So right now it appears that we're going to have to use this guy, but it's okay. You're able to do some Madden too, obviously, but I'm going to put Surtain in at slot corner and sub him in when we get into the game, into whatever formations that we're using during that game. So don't worry, we're not actually going to use Sanders still. We're not, but it'll appear that we are, and it might hurt our overall. I'm not an overall merchant. I don't go crazy for overalls, but right now, Sanders still at 87 will be in the starting lineup. So it is what it is. I said I was going to see you guys when the team was fully built, but I've kind of been walking you through it a little bit slower than I wanted to, but we're getting close to our 40 Packers team. We're going to be able to do it easily. We're going to have a lot of room for cheats as well. But I want to show you this little tip I like to do as well. It's not perfect because the price on mud.gg isn't always exact, but what I like to do is this as well. All the cards that you already have on your team, like I have Jaden Reed, I have Cole Kmet already, I have Algredi. Do I have Zach Tom? I'm not entirely sure. It's not that big of a deal for Zach Tom, of course, but I don't have Michael Burton yet. I don't have Wiley. I do have Wiley actually. I do have MVS. I have Christian Watson. I don't have Pearson yet, which is only 4,000. I have this card. I have Driscoll. Don't have Musgrave. I have Josh Myers. I have Emmanuel Wilson. So it kind of shows you a more accurate representation as to how many coins you're going to be spending to fully upgrade this team. And right now, for us, it's only 470K, which is not bad. It might leave us room for another upgrade. I have this card, I have this card, I have this card. I don't have this card, don't have this card, don't have this card. I want to get him, have this card, have that card. Don't have that one, don't have that one, don't have that one. I have this one, and I have this one. So defense is only 120. Like we're 800K overall is apparently what it's saying, even though that math makes literally no sense. Because of Surtain. Surtain is being a sneaky boy in here. I think Surtain is running it up, throwing us off. I put him in there earlier. This should be a little more. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, so that's where we're at, and we have these. I don't think I have both these cards, but I got to fill in the kicker and the punter as they're both Packers, which should get us even closer. So I do like doing that just to kind of show you guys, just to kind of lay out a little bit more accurately as to how many coins you're going to be spending if you are on a budget or want to save coins, like I obviously would love to do. The team has been completed. We got 41. I'm not sure where the 3 San Francisco chems are coming from, and that does scare me slightly because I don't know where that's coming. Maybe it's probably coming from Joe Staley because I probably gave him. Yeah, he probably has 3 of this too. Okay, that's what it is. So yeah, we're 41 Packers, 21 Commanders, and now we can kind of play around with it a little bit. I do want to, of course, buy one of the big cards that have come out for the playoff promo, add them to the team here today's episode. And I think that card is going to be, Lamar is still good, right? 94 speed, but I would love to be able to add Xavier McKinney. So I do want to get McKinney for the team. And by the way, I discovered that you actually can play 2 Sean Taylors at the same time. I have it in my. I didn't even realize I had it in my lineup, but I do. So I guess you can do that if you'd like to. And it works on mod.gg as well, which is kind of funny. But I would like to get McKinney and we can play McKinney over the top. And McKinney's really good for us because he's 360 right now, but he'll have 97 speed on our team right now, which is huge. And then Julius Peppers, he's also going to have 96 speed for us. So we're going to have a really good safety duo there. Charles Woodson will get his upgrade, which we don't have the full one yet. No one does. So we can go ahead and slide him down. I think he's at 94 right now. So he'll have 95 speed. And then we're still going to be using Surtain, obviously. And I guess what we also can do is say a Mike Sandstro card, or Sanders. I call him Sandstro every time. Sanders still comes out on Thursday and we get him, or we want to get him. We still have room to, we just put in one more Packer here, or one more commander here, or we don't have any more room on offense, but one more commander somewhere, and we're at 42, so we have room. We can still do without one team builder. So I think this team is looking pretty solid with what we got right now. I do want to buy McKinney, which does bump our price up to, we're still going to have 300K remaining pretty much, which I'm fine with. I'm okay with that. But I'm liking what we're building here on the team. We can even move, take Lamar and put him on this side too if we wanted to still have him in the mix, because we have extra chems to play around with, so we can do that. So, or we even put him back up here, or keep Sean Taylor in. Whatever we want to do. We have flexibility now that we have the team fully laid out, and it's much easier to edit and mess around with these things on mud.gg compared to how it is in Madden, where the menus are a little bit slower, a little clunky sometimes. It's much easier to do it here with the keyboard and type it and do all that stuff than it is to do with the controller. You're able to do it much, much faster. And all in all, it's took me probably like 35 minutes probably to fully lay everything out. And obviously now is the hard part, the fun part, going to buy all the cards. And hopefully it comes out perfect. Sometimes you can't find some cards on the auction house, and it's kind of annoying, but hopefully everything goes smoothly for us today. And now that we're on Madden, what I'll do is I'll just remove all the cards that. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic and hit you guys there, but I'll just remove all the cards that I know I won't need. And now that we have the team fully built out, I'm not going to need either Clellan Ferrell or Dorrance Armstrong anymore. So thank you guys so much for your service, but it just kind of makes it easier to visualize when we got to fill in the lineup, all that stuff. So I do like doing this, especially when you are making changes. It just makes things easier. We can even sell Jason Taylor now. I'm surprised I still have him on the team, but we do. Unless maybe we could turn that man into training. Now we're talking. Make him some training, go crazy. Maybe we do that. I don't know. Okay, so you guys can see that we took out all the players we don't need, so you can kind of see how big of an upgrade, how big of a changes will be. Maybe not so much on offense, really. I mean, all our starters are pretty much the same, but on defense, there's a lot of blank spaces here. I preferably like to do this. I'd rather have Sanders still in the starting lineup. I think the 87 feels better than having an 86 in there, but you see how many new cards we got to buy, and again, now all we do is just go ahead and buy all these cards up. I think everything should match up exactly to how we had it. And I also did consider the Xavier McKinney purchase. I think I'm going to wait until Thursday to buy that card. I think with another drop of the playoff promo, his price should dip a little bit. And again, as many coins as we can save, we'd like to save. But I think McKinney's definitely on our priority list as, again, he's a 97 speed safety, which will be on our team for quite a while. The most frustrating part is when you're trying to find these low golds and they're nowhere to be found. I mean, it is brutal. Hopefully there's a Kingsley and Jabari in here, hopefully. But that might prevent us from seeing that 40-40 today, because both of the Packers, maybe we can move our commander around somewhere else, but both of the Packers defensive tackles that we need to play backup are on the auction house, so we're going to have to kind of work around that. It's been done. The 40 Packers and 20 Commanders theme team. Here's the final build. It does look a little bit different, mainly because of these defensive tackles. I remember running into this problem the first time I built the team as well, where I couldn't find those two Packers gold defensive tackles. So we got Jerzon, we got Payne in there, and I will show you an example. We'll show it on Paul Krause for an example real quick, who, for some reason, my Paul Krause, he was like downgraded. I don't know if I did that or if it was, I don't know when it happened, but maybe it happened just now, but I don't know. So we have 23 Commanders. My chems are a little glitch. It doesn't show it on the left for some reason right now. +1 speed for the Commanders, and then 23. And he's looking the same he was, before. But a guy who's not looking the same is a guy like, look at Jimmy Graham. Take a quick glance at Jimmy Graham here, who on the Packers team. Oh, that's the wrong spot. You see, you guys saw the +2 speed though, and we're at 41 out of 40 for the +2 speed, getting him 95 speed on our user at 6'7", which is huge. We have +2 speed on Julius Peppers, +2 speed on our slowly upgrading Charles Woodson, and also on offense as well, +2 speed on the Tavon Austin card. I did see that our Adrian Peterson did get a redux, which makes things interesting. But I think this 97 speed Tavon Austin is going to have us good for a while. I've been really enjoyed this card. We got a 97 speed, and running isn't that crazy in this game. So Tavon Austin, just kind of having him and just 97 speed with a good movement, good pass catcher, very versatile. I like having a card like that. Here's the Christian Watson card. Here's his stats right now. We get him at 96 speed, which is not bad. I don't hate it. Pretty decent route running. And then we have Jaden Reed as well. Jaden Reed, he's not going to be great. He's not going to be that great. I mean, we get 96 speed, not, nothing crazy, but I'm happy with it. We got all 90s in our route running, 96 speed, 5'11". I've had no complaints with this card, and I no reason to go make a crazy upgrade. There's just no reason to do that. I would maybe like to see if we can get a really good Jordan Love with some nice speed or something like that. Could be cool, but I think I'm going to stick with Commanders for these QBs. There's a lot of good Commanders QBs I want to use. If we do end up getting sick of McNabb or another B&D option, like I have been kind of grinding the AKA solos behind, or not the solos, the solo seasons behind the scenes, trying to get those tokens up so we can eventually get the free Mariota when that day does come. Joe Staley is the second captain I chose to go with. I like the decision. I think it was a good one. We maybe could have gone with the kicker, but I did need another offensive lineman. And he's solid. Secondary positions. Overall, again, not high, not great for the overall merchants out there. Who don't like to see our team at only a 91 with an 8. We have a couple lower overalls that are really high overalls out of position. Julius Peppers is an example of that. And right now, we of course have Xavier McKinney, but good stats, good build, and we can still upgrade them 2 more times as I go through the objectives there. So that is the squad. We got it done. We got the 40 Packers and the 20 Commanders. Still a couple upgrades we have to make. I'm going to be on the lookout for these Packers defensive tackles. We'll be looking out for them, but here's the squad, and I will see you boys on Thursday for playoffs part 3. Hopefully a nice Commanders upgrade. Maybe I'll see you a day earlier. I'm not sure. It's only Monday today, so we'll see how the week goes. We'll see how the content goes. You never know with EA Sports. You never know. Have a good rest of your day. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and I'll see you boys in the next one.